Hi, welcome everybody. This is the Taurus flow, which is part of the Earth Sequence collection. And so I designed this sequence to help embody our feminine energy with graceful movements, lots of hip openers, and to use the versatility of our strength. It'll activate the chakras in order, beginning from the root all the way up to the crown. And then we'll integrate the energies back down from the crown to the root. So when the chakras are activated in this order, then it highly boosts the manifestation power of our intentions. So for the beginning of this class, we're going to set an intention, and then throughout this class, as we go through the breathing meditation, as well as the asana practice, we'll end with Kundalini breathing that will just really help to connect all the chakras. And the Kundalini is the snake that rests at the bottom of the spine. It's the energy that rests at the bottom of the spine. And so through that, then it spirals up, and then we're fully aligned with the universe. And that's what Astro Yoga is. And that's my philosophy of it. So you guys may want to have a pillow to sit on, because it allows you to lengthen your spine and keep it straight and drop your knees down. At least for the guided meditation part, you may want a water bottle, and you may want to have a notebook with you or something to write with, to write down your intention. So before we begin this very powerful law of attraction meditation, we first need to set an intention. So what is it that you really want to attract into your life? Maybe it's like a new house or a job that you want. Maybe you're looking for a relationship. Maybe you want to go on a certain vacation somewhere. Or maybe you want to start a business and you don't really know where to start. I want to encourage you to not worry about the how. We're not going to stress about how. We're just going to focus on the desire that you have for it and knowing that you are worthy of it. So nothing is too big. And I really want to emphasize this because, why limit yourself when the universe is limitless? And we're always proven that people make something great out of nothing. One of my favorite examples is Walt Disney, and how, he had barely anybody who believed in his work, and his work was really, it just started from an idea of a cartoon character. And from that one idea of this cartoon character, now it's extremely difficult for the entire world to imagine a world without his imagination. So that's just one of the things that I find a lot of inspiration in, and I hope you guys will too. So as we begin to breathe, just start thinking about what it is that you want, and then feel free to write it down and say it out loud, because as you speak it into existence, you're actually creating a resonance that the universe can then materialize. And talk about it. Say to someone that you trust, or someone that won't judge you, who will just be open to listening. And say, hey, I have this idea, and I really want to make it work. I want to make it happen. And just speaking that to someone else actually helps for it to manifest as well, because now multiple people are giving it power. All right, so if you want to take a few moments just to write down your intention, and I'll let you guys in on my own. I would really like to find investors to help me extensively grow my AstroAlign Yoga Studio business plan. So that's mine. When you guys are ready, we'll start by placing one hand on our heart and one hand on our belly. We're going to breathe deeply into our belly, feeling it expand. And on the exhale, the belly pulls in towards the spine. So inhale out, exhale in. Close your eyes and just really begin to settle into your own divine energy. So this breathing is actually activating the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. So normally we're in the sympathetic nervous system where it's go, 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 we're stressing all the time. Our mind is just wired 24/7. Lots of things do this to us, like coffee and free radicals and work and relationships and family and friends, just all of it. So this is a time to create space within yourself. So on the next inhale, we'll breathe a little bit deeper, feeling our chest expand. And on the exhale, our chest falls down and the belly pulls in. We'll continue to do that. And as we breathe, we'll focus on this mantra, repeating it silently to ourselves. I am grateful. This is the most powerful emotion that connects us directly with Source, the source of creation. So I want you to really feel immense gratitude for all the things in your life. Maybe it's as simple as the air you're breathing, or having access to clean water, a roof over your head. Or maybe it's the people you have in your life and all the memories you're blessed to experience. Now, while we have all this great prana floating around us, we'll use it to harmonize the two forces of creation, the yin and the yang, the right and left sides of our brain. We'll place our left hand in chin mudra, which is where our thumb and our pointer finger are connected, and we're extending out through the other three fingers. We'll place our left hand on our left knee. Right hand comes into Vishnu mudra, where we take our pointer and middle finger and place it in towards the palm. We'll use the thumb for the right nostril, and we'll use the ring finger for our left nostril. So settling back in, we'll place the thumb on the right nostril, and we'll breathe in through the left. We'll place the ring finger on the left and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. We'll hold. You can place both fingers down on the nostrils. We'll hold for about 4 seconds, and then we'll exhale through the left. Inhale for about 4 seconds. Hold. And exhale through the right for about 4 seconds. Inhale through the right. Hold. And exhale left. You can continue to do this if you would like. This is just really helping you to settle in. And so as you do this, you'll keep settling deeper and deeper into yourself with each breath. And just slide more and more into a state of total peace, quiet, and stillness. And as we slowly come back to our normal breath, you'll slide a little deeper into your inner self where everything is serene. Where are you? You look down and you see that someone is calling you. Who is it? You pick up your phone and you answer. And with so much excitement in their voice, they give you the news that the decision has been made. And you are, in fact, receiving exactly what you asked for. They proceed to give you more details. You may be in shock and overwhelmed with joy, excitement, gratitude, and relief. Just knowing that you are finally getting what you feel worthy of. And just let all these feelings marinate for a few moments. And as all of this new excitement settles into your body, you begin to balance back out to your normal state. How does it feel to now know that your life is about to change for the better? And not just yourself, but also everyone who is involved in this change will now experience a better life. Taking a deep, joyous inhale as we extend our arms out wide, reaching up to the sky, and feeling the energy rise up through our fingertips. So up through our arms, out through the tops of the fingers. We'll lift the left arm a little bit higher while the right drops over to the side. And then as you extend over to the right, maybe you come down onto your elbow. And just breathing here, connecting with that relief from knowing that you're getting what you asked for. coming back up, reaching the right hand up a little higher while the left hand drops down to the side. And you may slowly come over onto your elbow, really extending out through the fingertips. Breathing here. Feeling a deep stretch in the side body. And as you inhale, we lift our arms back up. Energy rises up to the fingertips. And we'll drop the left hand over to the right knee. You can remove your pillow now if you have one. And with the right hand, we'll drop it down behind us, just near our sit bones. We're going to extend up through the crown of the head, pushing the heart forward, and then just gently peering over your right shoulder. So these beginning spinal stretches are so important because they allow for our mind, for our imagination, for the subconscious, the cosmos, to directly communicate in a more clearer way with our body, which is the representation of our material world. And the spine is really what connects that to us. So we'll inhale, our arms come back up and around, and we'll drop the right hand over to the left knee, while the left hand comes behind us. We'll lift up through the heart, lifting the spine, energy coming up through the crown of the head. And then we'll gently rotate around, just peering over the left shoulder. This is a great beginning stretch to do in the morning. As you center yourself, you can just sit down, breathe a little bit, and just do these few spinal stretches. And that will help tremendously. We'll inhale our arms back up and around, and then we'll slowly fold forward, grounding with the earth. Maybe dropping the forehead. Feeling a deep stretch in the shoulders. But really focusing on connecting with the earth beneath you, our mother. We'll inhale, reaching our arms back up to the sky, and then dropping them down behind you, either having your fingers turned in towards your back or out, whichever feels best for you. Then on the inhale, we're going to push our heart forward and just tilt the head back just slightly so it's still in line with the shoulders. We don't want to overstretch the neck. Just really breathe into the heart, feeling that chakra expand. Our heart is like the magnets. It's like the electromagnetic force that connects us to what we want to manifest, to the universe and to others around us. And we'll inhale, bring your arms back up, and once again, coming down, grounding with the earth. Breathing here. Inhale one more time, coming back up. We're going to drop the hands down behind us once again. And as we push the heart forward, we're going to also inhale, lift the hips. Now this is really getting a deep stimulation from all the 7 chakras, from the root up to the crown of the head. See them opening. All connecting at the heart. And we'll exhale, dropping back down. So from here, we'll roll over onto our knees. Our knees are about hip width distance apart. Spine is neutral. And then we'll one by one slide the palms on the mat in front of you and slowly lower your chin down for puppy pose. If this is too much of a stretch for you, you can bend the elbows and drop the chin. That might be a little better. Just listen to your body. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. A lot of us feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders. But doing this stretch, I want you to focus on the fact that the universe has your back and it is there to support you. All you have to do is ask and trust. And once you do that, you'll feel so much lighter. We'll inhale, coming back up. We're going to bring our hands right under our shoulders. And from here, we'll take our knees out wide, about as wide as feels good for you. It's different for everyone. And then just lower down onto your elbows. From here, maybe your hands are in prayer, and we're just going to shift the hips back slightly. You'll feel a deeper stretch in the groin area. So this is another place where we hold a lot of tension in the psoas muscle. And so as we stretch this out, we're actually releasing this tension that's stored in the fascia of our muscles. So if during any of these poses your body starts to shake a little bit, that is totally okay. That's actually just a sign that it's doing its job and you are releasing stored tension, trauma, stress. And so because this Taurus flow focuses on divine feminine energy, a lot of women, they store a lot in their hips. So this is going to be great, but also men do too. We all have a divine feminine and a divine masculine side to ourselves. So I encourage the men to embrace this pose especially. And we'll inhale, coming back up. We'll bring our knees back together. From here, we're just going to do a quick little cat-cow. So we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin up. The hips are lifted for cow. And then for cat, we're going to tuck the chin and round the spine up. Really stretching out the shoulder blades. And we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the head for cow. Inhale here, and then exhale into cat. We'll inhale, coming back into cow. Now from here, we're going to take a few hip rotations. So I'll turn to the side so you can see. So what this is going to look like is our knees are about hip width distance apart. And then as we're in cow, we're going to shift our hips over to the left. And so you're going to feel a deeper stretch in the outer hip area. And so from here, as we begin to rotate around, we're going to tuck the chin, lift the spine so it's rounded into cat, and then rotate all the way around to the other side, stretching out the right hip now. And then as you begin to come around, you'll end back in cow. The chin is lifted. And we'll do that a few more times. We'll inhale, folding over into cat, and around. Lift the chin up into cow. We'll do one more from this side. Inhale and exhale, coming around and up into cow. We'll take it from the other side now. So we'll inhale and slowly tucking the chin, stretching out that right hip, coming over to the left and up. Inhale, around and into cow. Inhale. When you're about halfway through the rotation, you'll be exhaling naturally. We'll do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Okay, wonderful, you guys. All right, so from here, we're going to tuck the toes and push our hips back and up into downward facing dog. So from here, if this is your first downward dog of the day, or maybe in a while, you can walk your knees out, just getting a big stretch through the hamstrings. And then from here, we're going to lift the right foot and then bring it forward into a high lunge. From here, we're going to rotate over to the left for a wide-legged forward fold. Our feet are parallel to each other. And then we can maybe grab our ankles, maybe our shins, or the outsides of our feet. And what we're going to do here is just really surrender drop the head, drop the crown of the head towards the mat, and just really surrender, trusting your feet to hold you up. You may rock back and forth a little bit, just beginning to build trust in the root chakra. Make sure you're breathing here. Throughout the sequence, we'll try our best to breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. And then extend your arms out wide, activate the core, and slowly round all the way up. From here, we're going to bring our heels in slightly so that our toes are pointing towards the corners of the mat. And then maybe you'll have to readjust your feet slightly so that you can sink into the hips. And then hopefully your knees are now blocking your viewpoint of your toes. So you're straight over your hips. Your shoulders are in line with the hips. And you can't see your toes, and that's good. Now, this is a deep stretch here. This is goddess pose. From here, we're going to bring our elbows out to be in line with our shoulders, and maybe place your hands in chin mudra, which is the thumb and the pointer finger together, extending out through the other three fingers. Then we're going to inhale, lift the heels. Feel the power of this pose. We're activating the sacral chakra, which is the root of our creativity, trust, passion. Feeling safe to express yourself. And then we're going to drop the heels, straighten the knees, and then come up into star pose, maybe taking a slight back bend here. And then we'll exhale, coming back down into goddess, lifting the heels. Elbows are in line with the shoulders, connecting to your source of power. And inhale, rise up into star, feeling that relief. Big stretch in the back. And then exhale, goddess. We'll inhale, star. And exhale, goddess. Heels are lifted. One more time, coming up into star. Extending the arms out wide, we'll tilt the hips. And with a flat back, we'll slowly come down into a wide-legged forward fold. Surrendering once again, trusting your feet. So we'll place our hands just right under the shoulders and then bring the feet closer together. They're still about maybe 2 feet apart from each other, bending the knees, and we're just gonna lower our hips down between our heels. And so from here, we notice our heels are down. If your heels are lifted, that's okay, but you really wanna try to work the position out so that your feet are down. It'll create a much bigger stretch in the hips. And then from here, we're working our spine towards straight. So I'll show you what that looks like. Spine is working towards straight. If you're hunched over like this, it's okay to begin with, because this is a pose that the more you do it, the more you'll begin to straighten out. And then our hands are pushing in towards each other, while our elbows are pushing our knees out. Spine is lifted. It's a very grounding pose. This is one of my favorites. Anytime that my mind is giving me problems or just, you know, I'm stressed, I'm worried about what's gonna happen next, how am I gonna do this, whatever, I literally drop down into Malasana and it just like shuts off all the thoughts. I just center immediately in this pose. I don't know what it is. And then we'll inhale, drop the hands down about shoulder width distance apart. And we're gonna really trust our fingertips. So we're gonna put our awareness into the fingertips. And our feet are coming a little closer together now so that our heels are lifted. We're just on our tippy toes. We're gonna lift the hips up. Lift the hips up. And then just drop your knees onto your arms. This is where you can stay. You can just practice like shifting forward here. We're gonna fold over into crow pose. So that's why you just really wanna like grasp the mat with your fingertips. And then look in front of you. So look ahead of you, about 6 inches to a foot ahead of you. This is what's gonna help you shift and balance. Don't look at your fingertips. And as you lift your hips and you drop your knees onto your arms, you're gonna trust. Maybe you'll lift one leg, maybe you'll lift two, maybe you'll just lift one and then the other. And if you're up, try your best to get 5 deep breaths out of this pose. Then when you're ready, you can play around in that for a few moments. When you're ready, we'll come back into Malasana. Some people call it yogi squat, garland squat. You take a deep breath. And then from here, we're gonna drop the hands down, drop the knees. We're gonna stand on our knees. So our knees are about hip width distance apart. We're gonna come into a camel. So this camel is gonna be a half camel. If you're a yogi who does camel often, feel free to do the full camel. This is just going to help us push the hips forward. So we'll place our hands on our back low, about more so on our hips. And they can either be pointing up or down, whichever feels best for you. And we'll inhale, drop the head back slightly while pushing the hips forward. This is really the core essence of the full crow, is just getting the hips to push forward. This can be really hard because we don't really push our hips forward very often. But it actually gives us a lot of power when we do. And just breathe here. And exhale, coming back up. We're going to spread our knees out a little bit wider and then come sit down in between the feet. If this is too much for you, you can grab a block. You can grab a block and just sit on it if you have one. If you don't, maybe some books. Or if you would like, you can just sit on your feet and then just do a modified version of this, which I'll show you. So as we're sitting between our feet, we're going to slowly, so our hands are on our feet, on the soles of our feet, and then we're just going to slowly lean back to rest on our elbows. So if you're sitting on a block, you can still do this. You can still do this. Just come down as far as feels comfortable for you. And then if you're able to continue flowing down and grounding your back into the mat, stay here, rest a few minutes, really surrender into this. So very deep knee stretch. Just really breathe into any areas that you're feeling, any sort of sensations, and just accept what you're feeling. Maybe you'll want to lift your arms up over your head, grab opposite elbows. Breathing here. If you're all the way down to the floor, you can place your hands back onto your heels and then use your elbows to bring you up. We'll bring our legs back together if they've spread apart. And we're just going to sit onto our heels. For this next pose, we'll have some space in front of us. We'll place our hands down towards our feet. Connecting the spine here, reaching the chakras up through the crown. We'll slowly begin to tuck our chin. And then as we begin to round forward, we'll grab onto our heels. So our thumbs are on the outsides of our feet while our fingers are coming towards the inside. And we'll drop the crown of the head to the mat pretty close to the knees. And we will lift our hips, and that will allow us to roll a little more onto our head. We'll feel a deeper stretch in the back of the neck and the shoulders here. Breathe in and release. And when you're ready, slowly lower back down, bring the head up, place the backs of the hands on the thighs and just rest here, closing the eyes, visualizing all the chakras that we just stimulated connecting up into one as a white light shoots up from the crown of the head. And then from here, we'll fold over, dropping the hands down and coming up into downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna slowly walk our feet towards our hands. And so our feet are just right behind our wrists, so they're about 2 fist distance apart. We're gonna bend the knees and swing the arms up for a chair pose. I find that chair pose with your feet spread apart gives you a little bit of a deeper stretch in the hips. Then from here, we're going to swing the arms back, airplane arms, and interlace the hands together, rolling the shoulders back. And we'll lower our bellies down to our thighs as the arms reach up. And then we'll straighten out the knees. And just bring your hands as low as feels comfortable for you. If this is uncomfortable, just know you don't have to do this. You can bend the elbows, you can keep them down by your, by the sacrum. You can even drop them back down for a regular forward fold. That's totally okay. From here, you actually can now drop your hands down for a forward fold. And we're going to place the palms connected. We're going to place the palms under our feet. So the backs of our hands are touching the mat and our toes are up by our wrists. You may need to bend your knees in this pose, and that's totally okay. And then just as we breathe, we'll slowly work our knees towards straight, lifting the hips, surrendering the head down. Maybe you'll bend your elbows to bring yourself closer to your knees. Breathe in and release. You can release your hands from under your feet. And then extend your arms out to the side, slowly rounding all the way up. Reverse swan dive, your arms up into prayer. Inhaling all the way up. Then the energy shoot up through the fingertips. And then exhale, bring your palms down to heart center. And we can exhale our hands down to the side. From here, we'll begin our sun salutations. This will be the traditional sun salutation. So as we begin, we'll inhale our hands to the chest. We'll exhale our palms together. Inhale the arms straight up and arch back. And exhale, palms come down. Fingertips are in line with the toes. We'll inhale, take the right foot back. Exhale, left foot back. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, hips stay lifted, and we round up into Cobra. In Cobra, our hands are really rooted into the ground. Our elbows are bent, and our arms are pulling in towards the ribs. From here, we'll exhale, tuck the toes under, push up into downward facing dog. We'll inhale, this is a little bit different from the traditional, but we'll inhale, lift the right leg high, and then bring it forward. We'll exhale, bring the left foot forward, forward fold. We'll the side. Inhale, do the left side. Hands to chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up and back. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, take the left foot back. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, roll up into cobra. We'll inhale, tuck the toes. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. We'll inhale the left leg high, bring it forward. And exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. Inhale, hands to chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. Right side, take the right foot back. Exhale, take the left foot back. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, roll up, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right leg high, bring it forward. Exhale, left foot forward. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. We'll inhale, left side, hands to chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. We'll inhale the left leg back. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, roll up into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. We'll inhale the left leg high, swing it forward. Exhale, right leg forward. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. Right side, inhale, hands to chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. We'll inhale the right leg back. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, roll up into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, swing it forward. Exhale, left leg forward. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. Left side, inhale, hands to chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the chest, roll up into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, swing it forward. Exhale, right leg forward. Inhale, arms up and back, and exhale, hands down. Great job, you guys. So from here, we're going to begin with our standing sequence. So we're going to start with tree pose. For tree, we're just going to really root our feet down. So to do that, we're going to activate our Mula Bandha, which is where we lift our toes up. And we're going to feel the four corners of the feet ground down into the earth. And then one by one, we'll slowly drop the toes, starting with the pinkies, and then ending with the big toes. That can take some practice. So rooting down through the left leg, we're gonna pick a spot to focus on while picking up the right leg. Now, you can have it wherever you feel comfortable. If you're not comfortable balancing, you can just rest it as a little kickstand. You can have it right above your ankle, right above your knee, or pull it into the groin if that feels comfortable for you. Just try not to have it on any joints. So from here, our hands are at the heart. We're focused on our one spot that is not moving. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the palms up, crowning ourselves with our own divine energy. Feeling like a column, or as a column, between the earth and the cosmos. Breathing here. Heart is maybe pushing forward, but really feeling the stillness of tree pose. And as you're ready, we'll bend, or we'll rotate the knee, the right knee, out in front of us. And then kick it back for warrior three. Hands are out in front, and we're in a T shape. Right foot kicks back. When you're ready, you can lower your hands down for standing splits. Now, if you would like to keep your hips level, then you won't get as much height with your leg, and that is perfect. You don't have to get your legs super high. It is up to you. But maybe just surrender down. And then we'll exhale, drop the back foot, dropping the heel. And we'll inhale, swing the arms up into warrior one. So in warrior one, you may want to bring your hands down to your hips and check to see if they are level, if they're straight. So if they're a little bit off, you want to bring the left hip back while the right hip pulls forward. And the knee is right over the ankle. We'll swing our arms back up, connecting to the power of this pose. Inhale and exhale. You'll feel the energy rise up through the fingertips, starting at the back heel. And then from here, we're going to extend the arms out to the side and taking our warrior two position. In warrior two, our back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Maybe you might have to take it out a little farther from warrior one. And as we sink into our hips, we notice that our knee comes right over the ankle. And we're extending the energy out from our heart into our fingertips. Breathing in, looking over your left fingers. Our shoulders are right over our hips. From here, we get the fun part. Oh wait, not yet, it's coming, don't worry. From here, we'll straighten the front knee. Shift the arms forward, come down, either rest the bottom hand on the shin, or maybe just outside of it. Lifting the top arm straight up, imagining that you're in between two planes of glass, or two sheets of glass. Maybe you're looking up at the ceiling or towards your hand. This is triangle pose. Feeling a deep stretch in the side body. Then we'll inhale, coming back, bending the knee, and coming back into warrior two. Here comes the fun part. We're going to really ground down into the left foot, the front foot, and we're going to shift our weight forward, coming up into a one-legged mountain pose. So our arms are reaching up, knee is bent, toes are flexed. And then from here, we're going to take our arms out wide, placing the yeah, the right arm under the left, since we're using the right hip right now. And we'll place the knee or the thigh over the left thigh. Maybe you will wrap your legs all the way around. Maybe you'll use your foot as a kickstand if balancing is hard. But just really try to sit back into this pose and lift the elbows up to be in line with the shoulders. Here we'll feel the two forces of creation intertwining themselves together, the divine feminine and masculine as one. And then we'll inhale, release everything, lift the hands up into prayer while lifting the heels up onto your tippy toes. And then exhale, everything comes down. Grounding through the feet once again. Pick up your toes, activate the Mula Bandha, connecting the four corners of the feet to the mat. Dropping the toes back down. And rooting down through the right foot. We'll pick up the left and bring it to whatever position is best for you. Again, trying to stay away from the joint areas. Connecting to your point of focus and the stillness within you. We'll inhale and raise the arms up above you, crowning yourself with your own energy. Knowing that you are a pillar of light between the earth and the sky. Maybe pushing the heart forward. And from here, we'll rotate the left knee in front of us while slowly rolling down, kicking back into warrior three. We are stable and steady, foot flexed. And when you're ready, lower down, grabbing the floor, reaching the back leg up, or maybe just leveling out the hips, whatever feels good for you. And surrender the crown of the head down. Exhale, drop the back foot. Heel comes down. And we inhale, swing the arms up for warrior one. If you need to take a little adjustment here, check the hips, make sure that they're straight. Knee is right over the ankle. Arms swing up, connecting to the power of warrior one. Pushing the heart forward. Energy comes up through the back heel, coming up the back leg, through the spine, and up through the fingertips, reaching up to the sky, aligning with the universe. From here, we'll extend the arms out wide, bring the back foot to our warrior two position. Sink the hips down so that the knee is right over the ankle. Shoulders are in line with the hips. Energy coming through the heart, out through the fingers, and looking over your right hand. Breathing here. Inhale, straighten the front foot. Shift the arms forward, come down into your triangle pose, either resting the bottom hand on the shin or maybe right beside it. And just really feeling like you're in between two sheets of glass. You are straight. Maybe looking up towards your palm or the ceiling. And when you're ready, bending the knee, coming back into your warrior two. Connecting to that front foot. Here comes the fun part. We're going to shift our weight forward, rising up into one-legged mountain. From here, we'll drop the top leg over the right knee. The left arm comes under the right, and take your eagle stance. Sit back. Bring the elbows in line with the shoulders. Feel the two sides of you connect, unifying into one. And we'll inhale, release, lift the arms up into prayer, heels lift, tippy toes. And then we'll just exhale the hands straight out in front of us. And we're going to slowly bend the knees, lowering down gently, slowly. And as we roll back, we're going to shoot up into shoulder stand. If that transition is a little too much for you, you can just sit back and then slowly come up into shoulder stand. If you want to challenge yourself, roll back and lift up. So from shoulder stand, I'll do that again. From shoulder stand, our back is on the floor. Our hands are going to be placed as low as they can go onto our back. So we'll lift the hips and then place the hands flat as low as they can go. And then maybe bring the shoulder or the elbows in. If this is your shoulder stand, that's totally fine. It can be bent. It doesn't have to be super straight. You're still getting a great inversion here, getting the energy from the feet flowing down to the throat, the third eye, and the crown. So from here, maybe reach up through the legs. You'll see them straighten a little more. Relax here. Do not turn your head in this pose. Just keep looking straight up towards your feet. Maybe if you want to try out some balancing poses, you can do some fun little things with your legs and your feet, extending them out wide, taking a little Z shape, zigzag shape, bending the knees. That actually really helps to get your body to be able to balance for other balancing positions like headstand and handstands. So from here, we're going to tilt the hips so that the feet come behind the head. If your feet don't come all the way down to the floor, that's totally okay. You can just leave them there. Keep your hands on your back. If they do come to the floor, try to straighten your knees. And you can have your hands down on the mat. You can interlace your fingers together. That feels good. If you want to try something else, you can lift your arms up and reach for your toes. And I feel that when I hold onto my toes, I can straighten my legs a little more. I have something to push into. So from here, try to lift your hips a little bit higher so you get a bit of a deeper stretch in the back of the neck. Really settle into here. If you'd like to bend the knees and drop the knees onto the temples, Just see how that feels. You'll get actually a deeper stretch in the neck. So from here, we're really making space in the throat chakra. Breathe in here. This is a great clearing pose for any held on, any energy that you've been holding on to, or you feel like, you know, you're like an energetic sponge to good and bad energy. This can really help to clear that out. From here, we're going to straighten the legs again. Place the hands onto the back. And then we'll bend the knees, coming back up into shoulder stand once again. And then slowly lower all the way back down. Resting here in a quick little shavasana. Breathing into the belly, feeling it rise. On the exhale, it falls. Feeling fresh blood spread to all the different little nooks and crannies of our body. All the energy lines are cleared of any energetic debris. We're fresh and new. From here, we'll take the palms flat to the mat and move them just slightly under the hips. As we inhale, we'll push into the elbows, lifting the chest up. And then rotate the shoulders and the elbows under the back. We'll tilt the head down so that the crown of the head drops down to the mat. From here, this is fish pose. Really focusing your energy on creating space in the throat where we express our authenticity to the world. And the heart chakra where we connect all the different parts of ourselves into one to express to the world. And then also connecting to the root chakra, the seed of where everything began, feeling safe in our body and our world. If you want to take it one step farther, you can lift the feet up, hover them about 6 inches. Inhale. Exhale. And when you're ready, lift the head up and slowly lower everything down. Breathing here. We're going to inhale, push ourselves up into a seated forward fold. To begin, we'll make sure that our shoulders are right directly over our hips. If you're a little slouched, you can push your palms into the mat and just shift your hips back. From here, we're going to feel the energy rise up through our fingertips as we lift them to the sky. And as we inhale, or as we exhale, we're going to tilt at the hips, not at the shoulders or the back, but really at the hips. And then slowly bring the arms down just to the outsides of the shins. Just on the mat. We're not going to get too crazy yet. We don't have to fold super low yet. This pose takes some some time to get down to the farthest point that your body wants to go. So for each inhale, we're going to try to keep the spine as straight as we can. And then on the exhale, we'll fold a little deeper. So inhale, exhale, fold. And then just really listen to your body here. When you feel ready to grab onto your toes, go for it. And then for each exhale, pull yourself a little bit lower, focusing on the rotation of the hips. Spine stays as straight as you can. Giving our organs a little massage here, the solar plexus. This is where our confidence resides, where we feel our self-worth. When you get down to your lowest point, rest there for a few moments. Maybe working the knees towards straight. And then when you're ready, reach the arms forward in front of you, and then inhale, round all the way up. Arms are in line with the ears, and exhale, bring them down. From here, we're going to bend the knees, bring them in, cross-legged. Then we're just going to roll over, coming up into downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up high. And then open the hip and drop the foot down for scorpion pose. You can look under your armpit and see your toes. Breathing here a couple times, feeling a deep stretch in the hips and the side. And then we'll inhale, bring it back up, bend the knee, swing it forward, dropping the shin down to the mat while the left leg extends out behind you. We'll bring our hands to about where our hips are. Really push forward with the heart. And we'll inhale and exhale, folding over. You may just want to rest on your elbows, which is totally okay. This could be a really deep stretch for you if it's one of your first times doing it, or maybe you just have a lot of tension stored in your hips, and so we're going to really focus here on releasing that energetic debris from our hips. So from here, either rest on your elbows, or maybe you'll come down onto your forehead, breathing in, and then maybe you'll extend your arms out to the corners of the mat and rest here, surrender into your hips. And in that space that we're creating in the right hip, we're going to visualize any dark energetic debris just like floating out of it, so as if it's like a smoke. So any past traumas, any grief, any grudges, any pain that you have held on to, we're going to let it go. Breathe into the hip. We're making space for our true self to come forward. We can be more creative, more joyous, trust more, see more beauty in the world by releasing this tension. And as we slowly come back up, we'll tuck the back toe, lifting the leg up, maybe taking another scorpion position. Bringing out the hip, and then when you're ready, exhale, letting it flow back down to the mat. We'll inhale, lift the left leg up, open the hip, drop the foot down for scorpion. The shoulders stay parallel to the mat. And maybe you'll want to look under your armpit and see your toes. And keep in mind that each hip or each side of the body is very different. So you may be able to stretch a little deeper in one and not as much in the other. Don't worry about that. So we'll bring that foot forward, bending at the knee, and lowering the shin down to the mat. Just so you know, in this pose, you can work your shin towards parallel to the mat if you would like, or it does not have to be like that. It can be at a diagonal angle. So from here, we'll take our hands to the hip area, pushing out through the heart. And then when you're ready, exhale, lowering down into the pose that feels best for you. Maybe it's on your elbows, maybe your forehead touches, maybe your hands are extended to the corners of the mat. Breathing here, visualizing that space that you're opening up in the hip and just seeing that dirty black smoke that's been stuck inside there, releasing, turning into light. Breathing in. Letting everything go. We hold on to a lot of things that just don't serve us anymore. Sometimes it's time to just throw it away. Give it back to the universe. Let the universe transmute it. Give it a new cycle. As we start fresh. When you're ready, coming up, tucking the back toe and lifting the leg back up, maybe taking another scorpion, release any extra debris. And when you're ready, releasing the leg back down. Stretching out into another downward facing dog. Maybe walk the knees out a little bit here. And then when you're ready, lower it down onto your knees and bring them forward into butterfly. So from this butterfly position, we're going to lengthen up through the spine, really rooting down through the sit bones. Our fingers are on our toes. Energy coming up through our through the root chakra, up through the crown of the head. And as we inhale, we're going to slowly fold over, tilting at the hips, keeping the spine straight. And if you would like, you can either use your elbows or your hands to just bring your knees down a little bit more. Some people, you know, your knees are all the way up here, so you might just want to work them down a little more, but don't overdo it. Your knees do not have to look like mine. This is from many, many, many years of yoga. Breathe into the hips. And inhale, coming back up. We're going to close the knees and roll onto the back. From here, the knees are bent, pointing up towards the sky. We're going to bring them forward. Reach up and grab the outsides of your feet. From here, drop the head down. Extend the feet up towards the ceiling. Knees are still bent, and really pulling them in towards the armpits. Feeling a deep stretch in the hips here. Breathing in. This is another sacral chakra stimulation. Feeling safe, allowing ourselves to enjoy the little pleasures of the human experience. And that could be as simple as walking outside and getting a big breath of fresh air, or maybe feeling the sun on your back. Maybe drinking your tea in the morning, or coffee. From here, we'll bring our feet together and drop them down to the mat for a reclined butterfly. From here, we'll take one hand to our heart and one hand to our belly. Breathing into the belly once again, feeling it expand. And on the exhale, feeling it fall. Reconnecting to your joy. The relief that you feel from good news that you received. We'll take our hands down to our knees and close them like a book. We're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. And then we're going to take a little twist here. So we'll drop the knees and the feet over to the left-hand side while our arms extend out wide beside us. And we'll look over to our right hand. If you'd like a little deeper of a stretch, you can bring your knees back to center, cross the right leg over the left, and then drop it down. Breathe in here. Feeling the support of the ground beneath you. Knowing that you're not going to fall through. It's got you. It's got your back. You are good to just surrender and trust. We'll inhale, coming back up. Bring the knees back in towards the chest, and then taking your position, maybe you'll just drop the knees over to the right, look over the left hand, or maybe it felt better to you to cross the left leg over the right and drop it down, looking over the left fingertips. Really trying to keep your shoulders grounded on the mat. And we'll inhale, coming back up. We're gonna wrap our arms around our shins, giving ourselves a little hug, coming up into what I like to call the seed. Bringing our forehead in towards the knees, feeling like a little tiny ball. And then as we inhale, we're going to grow our roots, our palms, and our feet down to the mat for Shavasana. As we're here, we're really going to take on the essence of what it feels like to be a tree, just rooted into Mother Earth. Nothing to worry about. Breathing into the belly, feeling it fall. And here you can step into a little visualization or a daydream of your next chapter. You can see the beauty of it. Smell the scent in the air. Feel the clothes on your skin. Hear the background sounds. Maybe taste something that you want to nourish your body. Lose yourself in this daydream. Let go of any questions of how or who or when. Just trust that it is there. This reality that you are entering is there. And all you have to do is tune your frequency to entering that world. When you're ready, reconnecting to your breath. Wiggle the toes and the fingers. Reach your arms straight up above your head for a good morning stretch. And then bend the knees, roll over into the fetus position, resting your head on your arm. Giving yourself a few compliments here and thanking yourself for giving this time to you. You're doing the real work here. And when you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. And for this Kundalini breathing exercise, the purpose is to awaken the energy that rests at the bottom of our pelvic floor, at the bottom of our root chakra. So as we take our rapid inhale, we'll lift our arms up to the sky, feeling our fingers extend. The energy flows through the fingertips. Really grasping onto the energy of the universe. And on the rapid exhale, we breathe through our nose, in and out through our nose. On the rapid exhale, we'll clench our fists in and pull in towards our chest. We'll inhale up, extend the fingers, exhale, pull in. We'll do this about 20 to 30 times, whatever feels best for you, in and out through the nose. We'll inhale. Exhale when you're ready, release everything out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale 3/4 of the way full and hold. Bringing the palms together, rising them up, crowning yourself in your own divine light and energy. Feeling the electricity of the earth beneath you, the stillness of the air around you, and the wisdom of the cosmos above you. We'll exhale, lowering the palms down so our thumbs are resting just on our third eye center, the space between the eyebrows. And as we're here, we're going to visualize a red light glowing at the root of our spine. And after that, an orange light glows just above it as the sacral chakra ignites. Yellow above that for the solar plexus. Green and pink for the heart chakras intertwining as one. Blue for the throat. Indigo at the third eye. And as these all shine up into one, you see a white light shine up through the crown of the head. And as we feel integrated and at peace with ourselves, we inhale, lower the hands down to the heart, taking one last breath together. Release. Folding forward. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining and giving yourself this time to embody your true divinity and knowing that you are the creator of your own universe. Y-O-U universe. Namaste.